welcome to ACMG. This is the final tutorial for learning how to use GameMaker Studio Basic Edition. I don't know, I made that last part up. Anyways, so we have created a game from pretty much start to finish, and yes, it's a game. I mean, it's not necessarily all that fun, but it has a beginning, it has an end, it has a story behind it, it has art and fun and controls and shooting and enemies and scoring and health and losing conditions. So I mean, yeah, essentially it's a game. It's a buggy, very, very buggy game, but it works and it was fun to make. So now, right now is this moment you can only play it yourself, and nobody can really play the game with you or for you or against you or anything like that. So what do? We gotta package the game. So the next order of business is teaching you guys how to actually package the game and get it working yourself. So how we do that, make sure everything is all saved and ready to go, and make sure your target is the one that you want, and I'm gonna make it for Windows because that's the easiest one to show. And all you're gonna do is file and create application, or you can click this little blue window with an arrow here, and it's gonna come up and ask you, what do you want to name it and what kind of installer. Now you can either do a single runtime and executable, which is normally what people do, and you can just play it right from that file location. You can make an installer where it installs it to the person's computer, or you can make a compressed zip file and it'll allow you to distribute this to other people in a zip file. And I'm just going to make an exe. This way you can run it straight from it. You can either change the name of it. This auto increments depending on your settings so that you can have different builds, and it saves as an exe. Otherwise you can rename it to whatever you want. And click save. It's going to go through its little process where it compiles everything, and a dialog pops up here, command prompt, that shows you the status of what it's doing. And once it's done, it will create the application on the desktop. And for the first time, I will reveal the background. Okay, and so what it did is it created this application. And all you do is you double click it to run, and there you go. You can distribute your game. It's that simple. I know, I see this GameMaker Studio thing. You guys are wondering, well, I never got the chance to change that. So you open up GameMaker Studio and you go to Resources, Change Global Game Settings, and you go to Project Info. You can enter your stuff here. You can enter a little information thing about your game. And then under the Windows tab, which is what we're exporting it to, you can change the game's name. Let's do ACMG Tutorials, and as you see the version information, it automatically updated this to a 1 instead of a 0. So you just enter all the information about your game. This way when somebody checks out the info of your game, this information is there to pop up. You can choose to display your cursor or hide it. Since we use the cursor in-game for the menu, I'd suggest displaying the cursor. And if you have a custom icon or .ico file, you can update this here and make your own icon for the game when it's on the desktop. Also, when you're doing the installer and stuff like that, you can change the splash screen by updating that. And go ahead and click OK. Make sure we save it again, and let's just build it again as a single exe file. Hit save, and it'll run through all of its stuff again. And once that's done, it creates the runtime executable, and I can show you guys the difference here. How it has the .00. This one has the .01, and so you can see the different versions. So we'll run the first one as GameMaker Studio, and the second one should say ACMG Tutorials, as it does here. And all those settings that you changed, when you click on Properties, it is in there under the Details tab. And so this is the file description, the type, what it's called, copyright information, all that stuff. So just run a quick little test here. Make sure that everything's running just fine and dandy. Alright, so there you guys have it. That is how you make your game in Game Maker Studio. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching all the tutorials. I had fun doing it, even though I screwed up a lot. It was fun to do, very interesting, and in the future tutorials I have a couple more. I'm going to show you guys how to make different styles of games. So, you know, like a puzzle game, an adventure game, a platformer game, and a simple arcade game, you know, like Asteroids or Pong or whatever. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorials and look forward to the next ones with you guys. Catch you later.